Well, good evening and welcome to the Ham Radio Clubhouse. Hello, guys.
What's going on?
Did you notice something in that last 10, 15 seconds of when the video switched over to that list of all our fine YouTube channel members?
Mm-hmm.
No, I wasn't looking. What was
No,
it?
I'm trying to keep up with the
Why
chat.
should I just post it
Trying to
then?
say hello. No, man, I'm trying to be a good host. I'm trying to say hello to everybody in the chat.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
get to do that, and I don't like not saying hello to
So
everybody. I feel bad.
Izzo is the official Walmart greeter of the Ham Radio Clubhouse.
At least for tonight.
Do you have stickers? With a smiley face.
Now get your shit and get
Anyway.
out. Now get your shit and get out.
Back to what I was saying. I just wanted to acknowledge all of the new channel members because we got a bunch last week. So thank you guys. I got the video updated, so I wasn't going to be shamed after the show that I've kept the same one up there for the last 3 weeks. Been busy.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, good to see you guys.
So now we got to do a team replay, or we just need to restart the show again.
That's true.
So I don't care.
Yeah, that's true. All right, well, let's try and do this. We're not going to have Molson tonight, so I apologize if you're from Canada and you came all that way to see Molson. He will not be joining us tonight. He's on an overnight or late evening install for work. So prayers with you, brother.
Yeah,
prayers with you. We know working late's tough. If you call it working, I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, Izzo, how you been, man?
I just got done rushing to get the grass cut because
you have
got a
grass
busy
left?
weekend coming up. Dude, we've gotten so much rain here in the Northeast. We've been cutting every single week, and we haven't done that in a long time. Usually it's you skip July, maybe once at the beginning of August, and you don't do it till like mid-September. But not, man, with all this rain we've had. I will be telling a story tonight about crab apples. Guys have asked already. I have a story, but that's later on in the show. It's about crab apples.
Oh, goodness.
It may turn into a Molson rant, but whatever. So, anyway.
That's okay.
That's what I've been doing. Oh, I've been chasing. Listen, real quickly. I had some fun chasing people locally, regionally, and around the country with, POTA at night or
with
whatever.
A weed eater?
The W1AW volunteer on the air people, of course, DX is always fun, and even POTA DX.
Right.
But it's been really interesting how the bands have been operating. Like the other night, I could barely hear James, but I was hearing Colorado. Go figure. I think I worked the station, one of the stations in Monsanto, because the dude sent me a message. And all of a sudden, I'm like listening. I'm playing with the RF gain. I'm playing with the notch. I'm playing this and that, on the radio. And all of a sudden, the signals came up, and all of a sudden, the signals dropped. He said, "I'm in the log. I hope I'm in the log." I was hoping to get more and more logs, but that's hard. 40 meters to Alabama.
Did he say you were 5'9" Alabama? That's how you know you were speaking to one of the guys. That's
wait.
You worked quite a few of them in Huntsville.
Okay.
Actually.
Well, there was 12. There was a bunch. There was like 12 guys I heard.
They were all hanging out over at Ham Radio Venture Guys' cabin.
Okay. That explains.
Let me just speak to Steve for a minute.
Okay.
He's gonna.
And we'll explain that. We're gonna explain that to everybody what that's all about, and you can have fun with Steve too.
Shane, what are you drinking tonight?
Tonight is Buffalo Trace.
Oh,
and
see?
I decided to put it in a smaller glass. That way, I don't drink so much.
Well, somebody left a bottle of 12-year-old Scotch in my fridge.
Oh, they left it.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh.
And if you know who was camping with me, you know who
12-year-old by themselves.
So,
this is a adult.
Hey, KAMRD.
Yeah.
Thank you, my big spoon.
I know KAMRD is smoking his smoke tonight, and we're doing The Inch by J.C. Newman. This is a nice Nicaraguan. So I'm finishing this one, and then we're gonna pop that one. So
there you go.
Nice.
So,
I learned something over the weekend, Izzo, that if you like the guys that do the notch cut, you do a double notch, so it doesn't really apply to you. But if you want to hold that cigar to the camera,
it's called a double cat's eye.
Yeah, so hold that up.
This is called a double cat's eye.
So people will only do one side of that. and then actually
Correct. That's called the
significantly
cat's eye.
impacts the burn of the cigar. It will not burn as correctly as it should. Just throwing that out there. So if you do a center punch or you do a cat's eye, it will affect it because it doesn't draw the same. That came from Steve Saka at Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust, who is the roller and creator of the League of Nine.
Okay, you have him contact me. You have his people call my people. My experience. Okay, so for people who really, and for people on the podcast and everything, when you do a punch, you're actually putting a hole directly in the middle. It's literally a spherical hole. You do a cat's eye, you're going to open it up a little bit more, and obviously that's going to affect your draw. Everyone's draw is different, like their taste for different cigars. I was introduced to this over a year ago, and again, this is the double cat's eye. I have it on my cutter, and I mean, I've done guillotines. I just find the double cat's eye just kind of controls the cigar heat as well as my intake of it.
Yeah.
But like I said, everyone has different oomph in their lungs of when they go to smoke. So that's why I would disagree with you. A single cat's eye still can be a great smoke.
Absolutely.
Especially
if you're
especially on a smaller cigar.
But if you're one of those that smokes kind of fast, you will burn that puppy up quick. Anyway.
And you gotta.
Everyone
you
complains
really should learn
when we go into the cigar hour. So
right. No, they do not.
It's not a John Truck show.
And one last comment on that. You should slow down. I am guilty of it because you're supposed to be savoring it. You should not be rushing.
Savor the
cigar.
flavor, just like your whiskey.
Savor the flavor. It's just like being with your mate, man. You want to enjoy that person. You don't want to be doing hurry up, let's go. Well, I mean, hang on, I'll get myself in trouble. But you know what I'm saying? Just enjoy the time. It's like getting on the radio, man. Get on the radio. You know. Yes, Brian gets it. Physics. It's all about the physics. But
well,
physics is math, and we don't do math.
I would say, how are you guys doing? We know what y'all did this weekend, which is kind of what we're going to talk about. But which one of you wants to go first to talk about how your weekend was before we do a deep dive into the Huntsville Ham Fest? And I didn't put Ham Radio in the title because I wanted to see how many people would say, you know what, maybe they're not having the Ham Radio show. Oh wait, that's every week. Sorry.
Joe, go ahead.
All right, so who's going first?
You want me to go ahead?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. You want to talk about the Huntsville Ham Fest? I had a great time at the Huntsville Ham Fest. Yeah.
How much Buffalo Trace have you had?
I don't remember seeing any of that.
There's not a bottle stashed over your left shoulder?
No, that's gone.
Oh.
That was gone before Huntsville.
What you come home with?
What I came home with was not what I was expected. But the things that I went to the Ham Fest. Yeah. I went to the Ham Fest with several different smaller things in mind, and I wasn't really seeing it out there. I expected to find it probably in the swap meet stuff. Mm-hmm. I was really wanting to come across a used elk or arrow antenna. I didn't see any of those. Just some odd and end things. And I seen some things that was interesting, but it would lead to more projects. I wasn't quite ready for that yet. And then
elk antenna will do that.
My backpack I had was slap full of Chinese HT radios. It started out.
Were you emitting spurious things?
Oh. Yeah, it started out as a joke, and then I actually started talking on one of them inside the Ham Fest on our frequency. And then 2.0 gets on there and starts busting my balls about using a Rogers beep on 5.2. I had to correct him that, well, for your information, I'm not transmitting on 5.2. We're on another frequency. Right. And I forgot, that's the radio I keyed up. I forgot I did have that little squawk on there. So as we sit down in the park and everything, I realized everybody's got a particular radio. And if the majority of the people has this particular radio, it must be a pretty decent radio.
That's a
And-
good
Especially when we start
assumption.
doing special things with that radio.
And I have not had a name brand HT since I got licensed back in 03. And
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. I didn't keep it very long because I didn't have much use for it at the house, and the battery life sucked, so I didn't care for it. It was a Kenwood. I don't remember what model, but it was pretty good. So anyway,
H74.
you may have seen some of these.
Ooh.
Look at you.
So
You got one of them fancy radios.
yeah, I'm in the click now, man. I got my first APRS message while I was in the park.
Wow.
Look at you.
So that
Nice.
inspired me.
Congratulations. I'm happy for you.
Yeah, and it worked great, man. That thing was dancing all over the place on APRS all weekend. And then Jason, oh God, I went blank.
ACK.
Yeah, ACK. When he left to go home, guess what happened? APRS slowed down because he had a digipeater, a little portable digipeater.
He had to set up his own digit. Yep.
Yep. So that was pretty cool. And so when I got home, you see running behind me on that side of the screen is my APRS digipeater I decided to fire back up.
Nice.
So it was just a lot of fun hanging out. I may think of something else to say
Gotta
as I'll
ask you-
talk about, Joe.
Got to ask you, Joe. Joe, got to ask you a question.
Yeah.
You mentioned the Arrow or an elk antenna. After watching Digital Rancher working these satellites, I'm starting to get a little bug bite. And I know it's going to happen because I'm going to procrastinate and kind of detour off. Someone's going to say squirrel in the hobby here. And I keep wondering if I can use my ICOM 706 Mark II-G to go play some satellite work. And how do I want to set up so? And we're going to be having him on the show, I believe, sometime in maybe about a month. I got to finish touching up with some stuff with him, but I can't wait. I was wondering if you were planning on doing something very similar to what he's doing, because I like what it looks like it's the KISS method. Keep it simple and fun. Having that pouch right there, having that hold that antenna, whether you're chasing Carlos, whether you're chasing the birds, whatever. Are you kind of going down that path?
Well, I've dabbled in it a little bit before. I've got a couple satellite contacts, but I actually used the antenna on my tower to do some low passes for that. I've yet to get a contact using a handheld antenna, and I've got an elk like Rob. If y'all seen some of the pictures or videos where we was at Yellowhammer, and he decided to get the elk out. I've actually got one of those, but it's a little beat up, and then I got one that I homebrewed, but it don't work as good as the original because the original's got like a little matching network in it or something. But yeah, it's a rabbit hole.
All right, K8 MRD, you better be good. You better be good. Don't be telling anybody that they're number one.
Keeping up foreign relations.
That's right.
That's right. You are the ambassador. You're one of the ambassadors of amateur radio. We don't speak sign language like that.
Oh, we're screwed if that's the case.
Yeah, I noticed Dennis and the ADHD life is kind of discussing the price of that FT5. It was Gigaparts had it listed for $419, and HRO had it listed for $389. I don't know what the final price at Gigaparts would have been, but HRO had it sitting in front of my face, and they set a lower price, and they suckered me in. After tax, it was $430.
I mean, you didn't use the KC5 HWB to say 5% at checkout?
No.
Yeah, you didn't use the tank radio. You didn't use tank. You didn't use the
All
tank.
right,
You
we're
used
gonna-
KMRD for yours to say 5%.
Exactly.
Moving on.
So are you, Joe, are you talking about that elk antenna?
Yes, that elk antenna.
Yes, correct.
That is
correct.
That is a phenomenal. Even the one that I got that's a little busted up and all the elements are crooked and been replaced with, I mean, they are aluminum arrow shafts no matter how you go around it.
Sure.
And most of mine are camouflage antennas now because that's the arrows I had laying around to replace the missing ones. But even as busted up as mine is and as crooked as it is, that thing is still phenomenal. I can sit in my house with an HT and hit repeaters a couple counties away, and
Oh, wow.
it's not supposed to be able to do that, and it does. So
It's
pretty
not.
cool.
It's not just for satellite radio, man. That's a great FM and especially if you're working FM POTA. or whatever. If you, just like again for some of your stuff, just to work your 2 meter terrestrial repeaters. Absolutely, that antenna has so many uses. If you're doing MCOM, I mean, again, guys, come on, think outside of the box for a lot of this stuff.
That antenna impressed me so well as a handheld antenna. The one that I attempted to duplicate that I homebrewed, which done pretty good, but the SWR is a little bit higher than the original. I done that for the purpose of intending to put it on my tower, but I never did because I don't like to climb up there anymore.
Joe, if Rob's carrying around anything's a handheld. He's like 7
Right,
foot
exactly,
tall.
exactly.
He is his own personal tower.
He is.
Yeah.
He's easily good game size, if not taller.
I've got a video shot where he's in.
I think he's like 6'5", 6'6", something like that.
6'6", I thought. Yeah. Okay,
I've got a video shot where I was in the Helm Fest and I was recording some video, and then I come up on Rob talking to somebody, and you actually see me lift the camera up to get even with his face there.
Well, when K5ATA came to the house and he walked into the kitchen, I said, "You better duck because there's a ceiling fan there, and you're going to get yourself a haircut. So just be careful."
Yep.
Right.
Oh, man.
So you guys had, and we'll get to, Steve's got the big adventure, the title of the show tonight.
Yeah,
We'll
let me go back before my ADHD kicks in. I don't know if you get it, but
I'm serious.
The whole reason I brought up them talking about the price of that FT5 was I asked the guy at HRO. I said, he gave me the price, and I said, "Is that your cash price?" And he just kind of looked at me, and I said, "Well, what's the chances that y'all going to pull another Dayton special here at at Huntsville?" And man, did he!
Yes.
Because I should have called somebody and told him to pick me one up, but he just chuckled very loudly and said, "I don't know about that." And I said, "Well, I'll come back after lunch and let you think about it." And and I don't think he thought about
Very
it.
good.
Yeah.
So,
Oh no, he thought about it for all of about 10 seconds.
Yeah. And right as you walked
10
up,
seconds.
he's like, "Yeah, whatever."
Because after you walked away, 3 guys bought a radio and he didn't have to give
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. And they were just like, "Do you have any left?"
They had
Yeah,
a
exactly.
table full of them.
Oh, I bet.
yeah.
It was good
So-
seeing all the Raspberry Pis too.
Yeah.
Squirrel, sorry.
I almost ordered one of those today, but
I really enjoyed between Tank and Jason and TOs. I loved on Saturday. We got busy at work on Saturday, but I really enjoyed. I'm going to give a shout out to Ape and Coffee and Ham Radio Group, where Ape was in the control room of his secret bunker, and they were cutting between Chuck, TO, and Jim. And I thought that was very ingenious what they did. I liked what they did because they were each given different perspectives. So they had a great show. Jason's was great. Tank's was good. Again, for a guy like me who could not make it, it really puts. I thought everybody did a great job. And I know there's a lot more stuff out there that I still haven't even seen yet. So,
Yeah, so that was I like the style that the guys over at Coffee Ham Radio was doing, where it was like the man
very
on the
smart.
street. And, in several different areas. And when somebody would lose cell phone signal, well, we'll just skip it and go to somebody else.
Yeah, I want to know whose idea. Who was the smart one? Was that Ape's idea? That's
Probably.
what I want.
Most of the good ideas are Apes. And he's in the chat. Hey, Ape.
Hi, Ape.
If you want to PayPal me, I can take care of you. Thanks for the support.
Ka-ching. Ka-ching.
Right.
There was an interesting
I will
picture.
say-
Good, Joe.
go ahead.
No, I don't know if I have it to bring it up, but there was an interesting picture of Kyle that was taken at the Hamfest. Does anybody have that?
At the Hamfest or at Monsanto?
Is it the one of him
Maybe it was,
drinking the sun drop?
With no.
I saw it on
I
Twitter.
didn't see that one
The one with James?
with James.
Yeah, that was at Monsanto.
And I didn't realize how tall James is. I haven't met James yet. But James looks like a big dude. I mean, I'm not saying Kyle's a tiny dude, but I'm just saying James looks to be like a big.
I mean, you wouldn't be
dude.
far off. Sorry, Kyle.
So
I couldn't
if
let
you
that
re-
one go.
So if you so it sort of like I said, sort of cantaloupes versus Tic Tacs. I think was probably the best thing that we can come up with.
Wow.
Kyle, I love you. You know.
Oh, cantaloupes.
Kyle's going to get a big hug when he comes to Connecticut sometime in September.
Let's see here. I was looking to see if Gigaparts had any of those pies left.
They did earlier.
Yeah, they had some earlier.
Oh, they've got. Looks like they have the. Hold on here.
Good evening, Vern.
Vern, what's going on, brother?
Hey, good. Hey, Vern.
I'll let you talk.
Hey,
amongst
Vern. Nice
yourselves,
job.
'cause it's your
I
favorite thing to do.
heard some great things that Vern did for a lot of the boys behind the scene. Vern, you are the man.
Mhm.
You are definitely an ambassador. You're definitely, one of those good guys who doesn't think of himself and just wants everyone to have fun. So I thought that was very cool. I know Kyle did some great stuff too with the cooking.
Yep.
I heard you guys may want to comment on that. If the burgers came out okay, did he have enough hot dogs, enough brats? So
The food disappeared before I got back to the hangout on Friday.
that's a
Snooze,
good
you lose,
thing. Well,
buddy.
that's a good
Well,
thing. That
no,
means
that's
everybody
okay.
everyone's hungry.
Everybody got to eat. Yep. So
Here you go. Good job, Kyle. Good
Right.
job, Kyle.
That was an interesting trip. Jim, FEP, called me up, say, "Hey, what you doing?" And he was finna go on the food run, right? So I'm like, "You want somebody to go with you, don't you?" He's like, "Yeah." I said, "All right, pick me up."
Did he need an emotional support food runner?
Yeah.
Is food the nickname for booze?
Had to go on a beer run.
liquid diet, right? Liquid
Yeah.
diet.
Do you guys call them packies? Because up here in North, we call them packies
No.
or package stores. Do you guys?
Three
Package
stores.
is
You guys
something
never heard of
completely
that term?
different in the South. No.
Yeah. Yeah,
So when
we
someone
don't
up
say
here says
that.
I got to go run to the packy, okay. Well, what do you call it? The liquor store?
Liquor store, the 3 Dot
Beer run?
store. Yep.
3 Dots.
In South Carolina, it's just 3 red dots. It doesn't matter what liquor store it is, it's just 3 red dots.
Okay.
And that's an old ABC thing
Okay.
from when we had blue laws and all that happy. We're
You can
24
say
minutes
it.
in.
It's okay.
That happy bullshit that they did down here in the South.
Let's go look at the timer.
Well,
Right.
they did it. Steve,
gotta keep us
Steve in
monetized.
Connecticut back in the 80s. Well, back in the 80s, it was the same thing. I had it. I was able to drink at 18. They took it away. They made it 19, and they took it away. I had to wait to 21. It was like, come on. But yeah, I can go into service and write a blank check to Uncle Sam. Come on.
Mhm. Up to and
So-
including. Yep.
Yeah.
I like what N8YO says. Speaking of Jim, he did everyone a favor and booked the cabin with only one bed. So,
So somebody had a cot.
yeah, so Jim comes up to me when he arrives to check in at the park, and he's like, "Dude, I got a problem." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He said, "Well, I thought I had cabin 13, but I checked in. They said, no, you got 14, and it's the handicapped one. And I go over there, and it ain't got but one bed." Chuck's on his way on an airplane. He said, and I'm not being the little spoon. So then he was like, he said, "Hey, you and Noel's got a double bedroom, right?" And I was like, "Yeah." He said, "You want to
switch?"
swap?" And I said, "No, dude, I've already moved in." And I said, "I'm finna heat that fireplace up tonight without any fire in it."
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I
Gotta
mean-
go get some. No kids. This is a romantic night.
I'm sorry, you know, and
The
so he-
Shacking Off boys were handing out something for that.
yeah. If,
Hopefully
hang
you
on.
brought yours with you.
If
We'll
you
get
guys
to it.
if you got sick at Monte Santo, you probably didn't use this right here. So,
That goes over your antenna. That goes over your antenna so it doesn't get wet.
You know,
That's-
we need
that's
some of
the
those
only
that
I
say
thought
Ham
of.
Radio Clubhouse.
That's what I thought of too. But here's what I'm thinking: if you got the handicap cabin, did you have the bathroom that has the rails on the side? Because when you got to go and you got to hold on to something, those rails are fantastic.
Oh, goodness.
No. So the bathrooms in those cabs are so
Those
small, you
Are
don't need rails.
tiny.
You can just push against the walls like this.
Exactly.
Oh, real like this?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you just stretch your shoulders out, Izzo, and you'd be wall to wall.
You know, when the year that I went, and I've only been once, but I stepped into that shower, and my left shoulder was hanging out of the shower curtain. That's how small that shower is.
you shouldn't be so buff, man.
You literally have to do this and then just rotate inside
And you
the
got to swap down
shower.
because that shower head was about here.
Yeah, because it hits you in the nose.
You got to lay off that cornbread, man.
Oh, Oh my
Yeah,
god!
really, man. All that
I'm broad shouldered, but I mean,
Oh, we saw
when
those.
half
We
my
saw those.
shoulders hanging out. That's a tiny
We saw.
shower.
Listen, we saw you half naked in Mexico. You're pretty buff. I'd say you're buff.
No.
You had that Tom Selleck look. You had that Tom Selleck look.
I got a straight razor.
That's
for that
the
too,
sweater. It had nothing to do with the physique because Selleck had a physique.
You see Kyle's comment. So for the podcast, go ahead.
For those of you on the podcast, Kyle would like to announce that Digital Rancher, who is our friend who is 6'8", said the shower head was only good for washing his butt in the cabin. So there you go.
I'm surprised he could
It hit
fit
me
in
in the
that shower.
nose. Right? I wonder how far his legs hung off the bed because they're not the biggest beds either.
Yeah. I'll tell you guys, I'm going to go back to the sentimental part a little bit while it's on my mind,
Okay.
So
go right ahead.
Yeah.
Let me get a tissue.
So the YouTubers forum was great that they let us do again. The room was almost packed out. We didn't have enough. We didn't have enough chairs for everybody that had a channel that was there this year to all sit up front. I know me and Jim turned some chairs up against the sidewall, and so we still tried to include everybody, but there was a lot of folks there just to ask questions. Some of them was a little iffy who sent them there to ask a question, but it was cool. We still handled it
from Minnesota.
But I want to tell you guys, some of those folks are here in the chat too. But there was a lot of folks I got to meet for the first time that, in looking at them in person, I would think, you watch this show? So many people. There was
entertaining.
There was several people that come up to introduce themselves, and they just was complimenting the show, like we love watching the Clubhouse, and I'm like, really? So to y'all,
not
thank
them
you.
in there tonight.
Thank you.
Well, thank you. That's a nice compliment, Joe. That's a
is.
very nice compliment to all, as well as to them for their willing to just have fun. What have we said? Get ready, folks.
I'm not hitting the button until he's situated.
Till we get the thumbs up from him.
Yeah, when he gives us a thumbs up.
Thank you, Plasma, for the 6 months.
All right.
Right now we're looking up the nose.
He gave you the thumbs up and then he froze. I don't know if he knows what he's doing.
Okay, there he goes. There's thumbs up. You got it, Shane?
Yeah. Oh, it's upside. Well, he was upside down.
He gave you the thumbs up though.
Hey, Daniel.
Chris, thank you for
There
the
he
4 months.
is.
You guys hear me?
What's up, buddy?
Hey.
Yeah, kinda.
You losers. I was leaving Ottawa. I've been listening to you guys for 29 minutes. I just realized I'm driving in the wrong direction because I'm distracted by your shenanigans.
You're welcome.
I'm literally getting off the highway now and heading eastbound.
Because you were driving the wrong way for a half hour.
I was driving west instead of east.
Oops.
You should have went south and come into the United States.
Right?
Brian.
Yeah, that would have been perfect.
Roger, 8 months.
Oh yeah, that would have
Thank
been
you.
perfect.
It's brutal.
Well, hopefully
there's
you
your
get
Olsen
installed
rant,
tonight.
everybody.
Yeah, but listen, you know what? I got to say something here. The coffee and I was listening to you guys. The coffee and ham radio guys they're good at making antennas. They're good at doing a lot of things, but they sure as hell suck at reserving their accommodations.
Yeah, I see where you're going with this.
At Dayton, they didn't get their Airbnb, and then
it was a
and
condemned
then
house.
Huntsville, but Jim's special, right? So we don't blame him. Like, it's not Jim's fault. It's the people who put Jim in charge of it. It's their fault.
Well, I think it was actually Chuck's wife
poor
that booked
A.
the date thing, so.
And you know what it probably was? It was probably Jim was like, hold on, northeast, southwest. Okay, east. Listen, it was probably because Chuck got so much slack from Jim that Jim's like, I can do a better job. And then there you go. He hooks a honeymoon suite.
Liberty Cave.
Not Jim's
Liberty
fault,
Cave
just
says
ask
it's
him.
not.
my God.
Yeah, it's not Jim's fault. Just ask Jim.
Exactly.
So Molson, how
Anyway.
you doing?
Yeah. I'm good, guys. I'm on the way home early night tonight. I was supposed to work a late shift, but not happening.
Okay.
And
So you'll be on the show
nothing
here
else
in a half hour or so?
No, it was an hour drive home. Now it's an hour and a half drive home. Oh, you can laugh at me all you want to. That's
Well, you gotta
okay.
pay a
I
toll.
believe you guys. Huh?
Well, I'm glad we can
get
occupy the rest of
Go
your
to
drive.
Dairy Queen. Dude, get yourself a
No, I
Dairy
didn't go to
Queen
Dairy
and
Queen.
relax. Or go to your Tim Hortons and, yeah. Ape says it.
What-
what-
guys.
what-
Molson drives
What's it
30
say?
minutes to wrong, and we're the dummies.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
He admitted he was distracted.
I was distracted. What do you want me to tell
The
you?
Clubhouse will do that to you. You
Yes,
might
it
get
will.
a speeding ticket.
Right.
I've missed.
Telling
I listen back to the show usually on between my commutes going back and forth, and I have missed my exit several times just trying to hear what I said or what somebody else said. I'll rewind a little bit and say, "What did he say?"
I was just going to say,
Hold
you
on,
hit that
hold on.
rewind, you're not paying attention.
Right. So
There's
I'm
a cop coming up. I hope he didn't see me on the camera.
he's
He's
probably
watching
watching
the
the show. Exactly, Joe.
Great minds think alike.
Guys want to, Molson, guys want to know, there's no GPS in Canada?
Oh, there's GPS. Oh, he passed me. He passed me.
Now you can breathe a
This
little
kid
sigh of
goes
relief. We don't
black.
have to have Joe Brett go up there and bail you
Just
out.
Dude,
all he's doing is getting ahead
how
of you to
fast-
block the road.
Yeah, exactly.
Really, and how fast can a Zamboni really go? Come on, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, you know what?
Now-
Just to go back to what he was saying, listen, we have to weigh things out in consequences, right? So the mistake about the accommodations put people out, potentially homeless for three nights. Where for me, it's just an hour of my time. And listen, at the end of the day, if you're watching this show, you're theoretically wasting your time anyway. So, am I worse off? I'm dead serious here. This is like a Jordan Peterson thing. It's psychology. Am I going the right way now? Yes, I am. Please.
Kyle, I agree.
Yeah.
Kyle says it would have been YouTube gold if Molson would have gotten a ticket while live on the Clubhouse.
Oh,
I would love that.
We would-
I
we
would love for him to turn that camera to the trooper.
we would have to do a collection, a giveaway fundraiser for my ticket.
Oh yeah, I agree. So N8YO says, "What? Someone covered it
Oh,
up."
I'm sorry.
Says Molson getting pulled over by the Mountie is the final square he needed for his Clubhouse bingo. So anyway, we'll go back to Evan.
Anyway.
Evan, thank you for the $20 super chat. Molson
Evan,
rant is long overdue. I agree, buddy. And 100 people got to see that. So if you like seeing that, hit the follow button. Oh goodness.
Scout says
Oh,
Molson,
yeah.
Molson is going to continue to rent for another 45 minutes and drive a half hour past his exit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's gonna be
Bill
late
says-
for work tomorrow.
He ain't home yet, and
Yep.
lights can still flash.
That's right.
Bill,
You
it was great hanging
never
out with you,
know.
brother.
Even when you're in your
Let me
driveway,
call
you're
that guy
pulling
real
down
quick.
that long
Yeah.
road.
Hey.
Yeah. Go get him, Joe. Joe has an uncle up there. Joe's got an uncle up there, long distance uncle. Get on that horse. Let's go.
Right.
Get on that horse.
Yeah, he goes by Molson, and he's going to act like he's sovereign, so he's going to
Yeah.
give you a lot of shit.
Like he's sovereign. If he claims Sealand, arrest him.
Yeah.
Just arrest him.
Yeah, he has a bumper sticker on the back that says this vehicle's being fueled by maple syrup. Real Canadian maple syrup.
We should, we should make bumper stickers that say "Delegation of Sealand," or what are those? What are those
Delegation of
license
Ham Radio
plates?
Clubhouse.
Oh yeah, politicians there, delegates or whatever. They can't get in trouble.
Yeah.
Molson's
Without
other,
proper
Molson's
credentials
other
running that
bumper
down
sticker,
here. Mm-mm.
guys. Molson's other bumper sticker says, "If you can catch me, meet me at the Dairy
Ooh,
Queen."
ooh, why is your screen flashing?
So
Why is they flashing lights on?
Are you passing a police?
that's the paramedics.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I was like, my phone call did
okay.
work.
I know, right? I was like, oh, we're about to have something fun here.
They sent the wrong one. They
Right?
sent EMS out there.
They're going to point. They're like, it's
For that
him. He
emergency
just drove
strike.
by.
You know
It's that guy.
That's him. Yeah. The EMT in the front.
Listen, I would have
I'm
to say-
watching them right now on YouTube. Look at this.
Yeah. He's live.
I would have to say that you guys were talking about the Huntsville Hamfest videos. I didn't find there was a tremendous amount of content, so I felt left out, and I wanted to be there. So I was looking, and I didn't find the one who was most consistent was Burn 6. It's not a Molson rap. It's a fact. It's a fact.
Did
Burn
you?
had the first video
Everybody
out.
went live. Everybody went live. Tank
No, I
went
didn't.
live.
Yeah.
Everybody else
Yeah.
went live. Coffee and Ham
We
Radios went
go
live.
live. See half empty hall. No, I watched part of Jason's. I watched a bunch of them, but I watched Coffee and Ham Radio. That was good.
That was a
That's
good
good.
show.
But I
yeah.
gotta say, I gotta agree. Oh, I thought there was a cop there. Man, this is bad. If I get in an accident, I'm in trouble. I got these shut up. What was it? Listen, Coffee and Ham Radio guys, your super chat videos there. I don't know. I don't think that can last long. That's something else there. You know those little videos? I like the one with the lady standing, giving a standing ovation. That was a good one. You guys know what I'm talking.
So you're getting some tips from the chat.
Hang on, I'm getting a
What
phone
did they
call.
PG6
Hold on, stand by.
NLW says just put the phone on the dash.
I will, but the problem
I'm
is
getting a
that you're
phone
not allowed
call.
to have a screen in the front of your car. So technically, it's a video.
wow. Okay.
And so if a cop passes me or on either side, they'll see the screen, and I'll get an infraction. So, look at that motorcycle. Anyways, yeah.
Molson, I have your wife. Molson, I have your wife. She's saying, "What the heck are you doing and why?" She's talking to me. She wants to know why you're doing what you're doing. And she's saying that your video, your internet, your cellular connection is better there than at the house.
Listen, I'll be out of the city in 4 minutes, and then I'll put it on the dash there, and then you guys
There we
can see my
go.
beautiful
Yeah.
face.
Whoa! Hold on. Hold the front door. Vern says,
Vern.
Thank you,
y'all
brother.
have to pressure Joe. He doesn't know it, but he's coming to Circle 6 in December.
Yeah, like it hasn't been drilled into my head since this weekend. Him and Sweet Renee both have made it pretty clear.
I think Noel said, yes, we're going, and that's all there was to it.
No. I heard the story. Noel told me on the way home that Renee and her had a conversation, and she and Vern's wife Renee put out some stipulations or some deals or something. I don't know. It ended with her saying, "Now get up and hug me," and it's a done deal. So it was like a man's handshake. The women hugged, and I looked over at Noelle and said, "And you got up and hugged her, didn't you?" She said, "Yeah."
Yeah.
I said, "Well,
Joe, you
We're
are
screwed
committed.
now.
No, he's not. You're committed, and now it's 2 words. Yes, dear. It's done.
Yeah, exactly.
It's done.
But be
Yes,
careful
dear.
how you say it.
Yep. But Vern, thank you for the $50 super chat, man. We really appreciate
Vern's
it.
a stand-up
Thank
guy.
you, Vern. Man,
And
he
I
is
posted a
amazing.
link to Vern's YouTube channel. Go check it out.
He
Subscribe
had
it if you
1,000
haven't.
subs.
Did
Yeah,
he?
He had 1,000 while we were at
Vern?
Huntsville.
Nice.
Bill, you're
Vern's been
correct.
pumping out-
Just say yes,
Vern's
ma'am."
been pumping out some good content this weekend. I watched all his shorts and his videos, and Vern, you're doing good, man. Keep it up. Keep it up.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I do believe from my experience of my phone notifications, Vern was the first one to get a video out from the park. So
I think you're right.
first one I saw.
So
Can you
So,
transfer
Did
me to the Canadian 911 center? There's a crazy guy right now. Hi, Canada 911. There's a guy right now. I think he's in a minivan. Molson, what are you driving? A minivan?
I ain't talking. I plead the fifth.
Yeah.
you guys don't have the 5th.
Something.
Yes, he
hey,
does.
Canadian
Remember, he's
911.
dual citizenship.
He's He's saying he's drinking a fifth. That's a lot of alcohol, I think. We get those calls all the time.
Alcohol.
We get those calls all the time, and I'm the public lies.
As you can tell, my eyes are all fixed on the road. So, quiet.
Clearly, because you drove the wrong direction.
Absolutely. Your eyes knew you were driving in the wrong direction. We finally said to the brain, we're driving in the wrong direction, which told your foot to take your foot off the gas pedal.
Oh, jeez.
So Jody says in Canada, it's invoking the 13th.
Okay.
Not as catchy,
there
but there we go.
Yeah. So Shane, I see something you got to share there, and then we've got somebody else in the back room.
Exactly. We're gonna get through this. I promise. David, we got a super chat here. Hold on.
It was great meeting you too, David.
David, pleasure.
Thank you for the $5 super chat.
It's sad we had to drive all the way to Alabama to meet since you're right here in the state, but
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I laughed about that a couple of times. That subject came up, and Good Game, when he was still in Mississippi, we only lived 30 minutes from each other. We met for the first time at Huntsville.
I mean, he didn't come to your POTO thing you had this summer?
He was already
he
gone
hadn't
then.
met at that point.
Okay.
But yeah.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
we had plans to do a POTO together, and then he got busy with accepting a new job, so and then moved off.
Gotcha. So I promise this is not the Coffee and Ham Radio show, but I feel like we should give credit where credit is due because I don't think we
Absolutely.
had a showing. I don't know if anyone was running the club call sign because there was a friendly gesture that
All
was
of 11 contacts.
11
Steve,
11.
you broke too.
Oh.
by the way, man.
in how many days?
Yeah, there was a lot of consumption done over that weekend,
Well, you had one job
and I failed miserably
to
at it.
beat Coffee
One
and Ham
job.
Radios
Wait.
at a kilo.
They also had
Exactly.
an extra 10 days.
Yeah, listen.
And
The
multiple
fourth,
operators.
That was
Listen.
supposed to be done over the weekend.
listen,
Okay.
that's like them showing up to the Boston Marathon 2 days early and start running, and then claim that they win when we all know that there's-
I want to see Ape in jogging shorts.
Oh, God, no.
you don't.
God, no.
No. Mm-mm.
listen. We already knew we were never going to win it because we just, I don't think any of us had an interest in doing 1,000 contacts. But listen, when you start 2 days or a day earlier, I don't think, it puts things in perspective. I just got to say that. That's,
Yep.
But no,
apples versus bowling balls. Yes.
Yes.
So,
but no, they did.
and
They did a good job.
when I arrived at the park, the first night we were sitting around together, Mike in 8YO looks over at me and said, "Hey, let's make a pact." I'm like, "What do you mean make a pact?" And he's like,
You're gonna cut each
the
other's
little,
fingers.
the little competition thing. He said, I can represent WE4DX. He said, how about we both clubs get 0 contacts? I said, sounds good to me. And I told Steve, and he just looked at me like, you freaking idiot. And look at him. He couldn't
No
resist.
gain, no pain. It's
Yeah.
very simple.
Yeah.
No gain, no pain.
I wanted
Don't
us to
worry
at
about it.
least get on the board.
Okay.
V4DX, I think, has activated that park before. It was probably Mike, and he'll correct me if I'm wrong. I know because he's my brother, and he'll do that. But yeah,
Well, how many contacts?
Ham alerts were going off in my house.
we fought for 11.
Fought.
11.
Yeah, it
11.
You could
11.
have got on
11?
146.52 and got 11 contacts.
well,
Not even
I
like
wanted to do it the
like
real way.
1100 or 110. Can we just add a
no, wait a
zero
minute, guys.
somewhere?
There's more than an 11 YouTubers there.
Time out, guys. Let me help. Although Steve broke the pact, and he never agreed to it, so I'll put that
That's
out
right.
there too. Steve and Carlos sit down with about 20, 15 minutes to go before late shift to try to activate before late shift kicked over, and they had to start over again. So they put the pressure on themselves. and
Listen,
got
we
it
could have
done
been there.
They
still.
do five
At
on
that
one day,
rate-
6 on the other day. I mean, come on, Joe Brad.
At that rate, we could have
At
been there
that rate.
We could have been there 2 weeks early, and we still wouldn't have won. Come on, guys.
Well,
Right.
Okay. If we want to go for a true kilo, most of those contacts were FT8.
Are you serious?
Yes, Tio had his phone out, VNC'd into his pie, walking around his
Okay,
campsite.
I'm not sharing this
don't
anymore.
make me say it. Don't make me say it. Don't make me say it.
No,
Yeah,
Don't make me
Nope.
say it. That don't count.
A-
That don't
and-
count.
not
No,
legit.
like I
no.
said,
CW
never
there
mind.
were
I'll
also-
take back everything I said.
there were also a number of other operators all using that club call.
Okay.
On FT8.
Across
Listen,
FT8,
Listen,
FT4.
How many digital contacts of those thousands? Because see, what Coffee and Ham Radios doesn't have is someone on the inside that can give us the real information. So, how many of the contacts were a digital form?
listen, guys.
I'm
We're
not
just being-
now, Carlos. I'm not an FT8 hater. Trust me, I'm not. Because
Listen,
FT8
I
is
think
ham
we're,
radio too.
I think we're just being sore losers, and they won, and that's it. I really think so. Listen,
I don't know.
312 were data contacts.
who
Okay,
cares?
so
They got
20
it. They won.
All right.
Liberty Cave's giving us a little bit of grief here. Says, well, the thing
What-
is,
what's
Toads
this?
is a big club of actual radio users.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Wow.
Oh,
Okay.
Somebody
really,
wanna-
Liberty Cave?
Somebody
You
want
want
to
to
kick him out?
put some?
Now,
You want to bet You want to bet some barbecue potato chips on that one? Mhm.
careful, you'll end up with another case of
I
them.
know, right?
I will say the guy in the back room was running the K-Toads call.
Mm-hmm.
So-
Mm-hmm. Well, while I get a refill, I'm going to bring up Carlos.
Thank you.
And Steve, if you'd like to kind of take over the helm here, I want you guys to, Steve, talk about your experience at the
we
Huntsville.
got it. Go
and
ahead, Shane. Bye.
Yeah. You bringing him in first? No, you're not. Okay, fine. I'll bring him in.
So what was the comment? What was the comment last night? Hey, Steve, real quick. What was
Shots
the comment?
fired, fellas.
what was
Shots
Carlos?
fired.
What was Carlos was called? What was the nickname Carlos has been called? Jesus, the Jesus of the air, or what was?
Jesus.
Or,
Jesus of the
I'm
air.
sorry, Jesus.
I keep on telling you guys, my cousin is Jesus. I'm Carlos. I know the beard that
Carlos?
throws you.
By the way, my friend, the 12-year is phenomenal.
I agree with you. I'm on a bottle of beer because that's all I got where I'm at.
You left it in the camper. I had to bring it home.
And I would have been disappointed if you hadn't taken it home.
My wife,
thank you,
what she did
45.
tonight, she goes, "What is this?" So,
Now that is going on a sticker. You
Yes.
don't even know.
Yes,
That is
that's
going
a
on
sticker. That's a T-shirt. That's
There
a
you go.
T-shirt. That's a bumper sticker. That's a QSL card. That's a coffee mug. That's everything.
There
can
you go.
walk into church too.
That is
That's
still
holy
going
water
on a
goes in that-
sticker. You don't
that
even
cup.
know 45.
so show topic for tonight. Carlos, yes, he threw me out of an airplane.
I did.
In his defense, we were out to dinner Thursday night with a bunch of the YouTubers. And Vern said something about he'd love to do his 15th jump because he's jumped in his past life. But with his health, he's not allowed to jump. So Renee stepped up and said, "Baby, I'll take your 15th." And there must have been $500-600 that hit the table right there.
No.
But she
Nice.
said it in jest, not realizing that everybody was going to just egg her on.
Oh yeah. And Vern looked at her and said, "Baby, talk shit, get hit."
Man, talk about walking in at the wrong time.
Yep. So
6, yes, sir. I am a drug dealer. I'm your push-up, baby. I'm your push-up.
that's Renee. Renee is actually
Hit that
giving me
vein,
one.
mainline it.
Talking about drug, Carlos, was that your first time to body surf on top of your tandem partner?
As a matter of fact, it was.
So Scout 75 says, I jump out of a plane with parachute Jesus strapped to my back.
I
Let's
agree.
do
Talk
it.
shit, get hit. Let's do
Talk
75,
shit,
I
get
agree.
hit.
I agree.
Vern with another $5 on the super chat. Thanks so
Yeah.
much.
But no, so Renee said she'd go. We all throw cash on the table. And, she's like, well, let me think about it. By the end of the night, she was ready. And I went, damn it, I can't let her go and me not go.
Right. For context's sake, I got a message from Vern. Hang on, let me pull it up right now.
Okay.
So this is on Thursday night, right? Yeah, Thursday night. I got a message from Vern on Thursday night saying, let's see, what did he say exactly so I can give you? So at 9:45 Central Time, I get a message from Vern saying, Renee wants to know how much it would cost for her to jump with you. Now the hook is set, right?
Oh, yeah.
The hook is set. Go ahead, Steve.
Yep. So we get up Friday morning, and a few of us head down to the drop zone. Tank wants to go. Of course, I'm like, screw it, I'm going. N8YO rode in the co-pilot seat. Dude,
I wondered who was doing the camera work.
Yep.
Okay.
Dude live streamed.
Okay, no wonder I had the same questions. Yeah.
So, yeah, and we tried for a parachute to parachute contact.
Oh, that would have been cool.
Would have been Carlos's first. But unfortunately, that didn't work out. Somebody didn't set their squelch properly. I'm not throwing anybody under the bus, but
I'm just stretching. That's all I'm doing.
You're stretching, yeah.
I'm just stretching.
But yeah, 20 years from my last time.
Right.
Oh, I didn't realize that you used to jump.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, yeah, I told the story last year at Huntsville that lost the jump master from the school that was next to my flight school, and I vowed, never again. Met Carlos, and I was like, yeah,
damn it,
this dude's cool. I can do this. Oh wait, he's gonna let me play radio at the same time.
Damn it,
let's go. Yeah,
dude, it's like getting married. It's like getting married a second time. The first time, whatever happened, you say you're never going to do it again. Guess what you do? You get married a second time. It's the same thing. It's exactly the same thing.
Are we going to talk about the record, Carlos?
You're welcome to. I mean, I don't care. It doesn't bother me one way or the other.
We left the airplane at
we got an hour, guys. We got an hour.
14.5.
14.5. And at 12,000 feet, we were moving at 185 mile an hour with a drogue shootout.
Like a NASCAR. Dude, that's like a NASCAR driver.
We had the brakes on, and we're still moving at 185.
Keep in mind that average is somewhere like 120, 130.
Right.
Yep. Averaged 131 mile an hour, but
Steve's hair must have been waving in the background.
Oh,
that's right. Slick up front. It just went off. Just took it off.
Yeah.
See, that's why Carlos has got that big forehead. He just takes it off. The more you jump, it's gone. I mean, I'm just jealous. I don't have any.
IMAX.
I call it the IMAX.
The IMAX.
I like it.
But, Carlos told me we would get to the edge of the airplane. I'd sit in the door. My feet would curl under. He'd sit behind me and curl his feet under the airplane. And then he'd do a 3-position rock. It was ready, out, steady, in, and then go. Yeah, I watched the video. There was no ready, steady, go. It was
there was.
Gone.
I have the video here. I'll share it, bud.
No, Carlos, we heard. Carlos,
you
broke. Carlos, that's bro, man. That's not the bros go ready, set, and you go on go. You just did a ready, go. I mean, you did a ready, set, go on one.
Well, there was a whole lot of weight pulling.
Look at him.
That's what it was.
Exactly.
So imagine this, the next level. Misha the Bear in the chat says, gee, I have rockets that can reach 13,000 AGL. So get this. This is my vision. Y'all jump at 14,000. Misha sends a rocket with an HT up. Y'all grab it.
And then snatch it in here.
Yeah, not at 185 mile an hour.
Hopefully it doesn't go through the top of the chute. Otherwise,
K8 MRD, I'm right there with you. K8, I'm listen, I'll be ground crew. I'll help you guys on the ground. I'll be happy to help you all on the ground. Hey, I heard Digital Rancher worked you guys or worked some people.
Yep.
Is that true?
He worked me.
did I
I
hear
know
that
he
right?
worked Carlos
That's-
on one of Carlos's jumps.
Good.
I'm
Excellent.
still waiting on the audio from the radio. No,
So,
No
sorry,
shots
it's in my
fired.
car. I'm in a hotel, so I'll have to go out and get it later.
no shots fired there. But I think I've got 6 contacts that I can count.
Nice.
You know, so I'm going to do a special
At
QSL
like
card for them.
12,000, 10,000 feet. That's cool.
No, we weren't under canopy until 6,400. We were rocketing towards the ground.
But still, dude.
Yeah.
But
Oh, yeah,
still,
no.
come on, at
Height is
180
might.
miles. Dude, your QSL card, our QSO was done at 180 miles an hour. I mean, come on, how cool is a QSL card? You know, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
yeah.
I'm happy for you guys.
Carlos is
and for
definitely
Renee, and
a
for Tank.
dealer of adrenaline.
Yes,
I am a bad influence.
He is parachute
that's what I say.
Jesus.
But
You're parachute
he will
Jesus.
not
You are.
push you. He will not push you. He will encourage, but he will not push.
Exactly.
He's like, if you want to go, we'll go. If not, that's fine. Yeah, no, I couldn't pass it. And there are a
Where's
few things in
Scott? Oh, my
life.
God.
There are a few things in life that were better than that jump. And there are
Oh
very
my
few
God.
things in life.
Scout's got it. Briggs and Murdoch
does.
couldn't get Ready, Set, Go right in in 4 Lethal Weapon movies. You think Carlos had a chance with one jump?
No.
Scout, you're right. Scout is correct.
Oh, look at Daniels. Uh oh. Hey, Noel. I didn't do it.
Hello. Is Joe in trouble?
No, Joe's sober tonight.
Oh my God.
I'm just checking him.
Daniel.
Molson
I'm
is
not
on
reading
fire.
that.
Molson is on fire.
If you're on the
tonight.
podcast, you need to come into 59 minutes into the YouTube post and see what that was.
Yes.
59 minutes
I
and
will.
16 seconds.
Even I wouldn't say that. I may think it, but I wouldn't even say that. Wow, that man's fired up. See what happens
yeah.
when he doesn't get a DQ blizzard? He gets irritable.
Right. So Carlos is going to share his stream. So let's. I'm going to add your share to the screen here.
Look! All I'm doing is proving that I gave him a rocking count. Look, here's number 1. Right, and go. See, one is out, 2 is in, 3 is go, and we're gone.
And out we go.
You know,
That was a pretty
Yep.
fast ready, set, go. Let me tell you.
Yes, it was. But
Izzo, dude,
Dude,
bro code, man.
dude, I got 5 kids, okay?
I've
never seen. Let me tell you something. I've never seen a gynecologist do it that way. That's all I'm going to say. We
Ready,
had time.
set,
We had time.
go ahead and play, Carlos.
Let it play.
Mm-hmm.
Are you guys getting the audio from this, by the way?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
That looks like Steve saying shit. Sounds like it's really windy.
It's very windy.
Just
It's
a little
only
bit.
85 mile an hour. What do you think?
It might have been going a little fast.
Look at Steve has his POTUS
Steve's
shirt
like,
on.
did
I
I make
like
the
that.
right?
That's,
He's like, did I make the correct decisions here? That's what that face is. It's like, well, shit. It's a little late now.
but the man has his POTUS shirt on. If that's not the greatest marketing right there,
Right?
you can POTUS from
Exactly.
And by the way, if you look really carefully in the stream, you may not catch it, but right there, right where my cursor's at, that's the plane we just left.
Oh no!
Up here at the
That's
top.
that tiny little thing.
We left that
That
thing.
tiny little
Y'all
thing
left quick.
is the plane we just left, man.
Yeah.
Well, we will. Well, everybody, make sure you're subscribed to Carlos and his channel, Life at Terminal Velocity, because I'm sure he's going to make a video out of this.
Yep.
And we
Oh, you
don't want
betcha.
to. We don't want to spoil the whole thing. We want you guys to go check out Carlos's
Hey
channel.
guys. So 2 things that I'm finding. Look at the G-force
Oh yeah.
in Steve's face.
That's the wind.
Yeah.
That's the wind, man.
G-force.
That's the wind.
That's the wind.
That's the wind being not so kind to an. Anyway.
fluffier fella.
Yeah,
Shame.
You
exactly.
can say it.
I can
say
say
it.
that. So Ape says F that, no way.
Come on, baby. It's fun.
And Tony said should have been COTA, clouds on the air.
Well,
I mean, he's kind of got a point.
see,
Well, we got to avoid the
yeah,
clouds. We're not allowed to go through clouds, which is
notice Noelle's in the stream, which means she's jumping next year.
Right.
there we are.
Really?
We're good to go.
Oh my!
That's
I'm
just a
waiting
lot
for
of
the
industrial
response.
smoke there, Carlos. I don't see any clouds.
Exactly. This is industrial haze.
Yeah, industrial
She
haze.
didn't say no. You notice that, Carl? She didn't say no. So,
But
Paul, I'm not allowed to wear a
you know,
helmet as the
so-
tandem.
James, I would add something to that. It should be FJOTA, flying Jesus on the air. That's just a little qualifier on top of that.
Yeah.
so jumping to the fun right there, you see Steve is playing with the HT and making some contacts. And not for nothing, but I
Hey,
think he had
signal stick. Look at that signal stick.
Yeah.
That's another
that's-
nice marker for signal stick. There you go, folks. That antenna can hold
There you
up.
go.
It works under a canopy as you're falling out of the
works-
sky.
super
it
elastic
works
signal
at
stick. You know what?
8,000.
I wouldn't trade that
Yeah.
antenna for anything.
Oh, I love
I
that.
wouldn't.
So,
But so yeah, we went, we had fun. Steve played radio, got a few contacts. Steve, did you get anybody in Montesano, or was it
I
everybody
did.
local?
Digital Rancher was up there. I think SKT worked me from up there. There were a few up there. Because
What a view!
And yes.
Look at that view. Oh my
I
god!
think
Look,
the only
Oh,
local
yeah.
ones I got to the airport
Earth is
were
round.
Vern and Renee.
Absolutely.
I think everybody
look
else.
at that.
And
The
yes.
Earth is round, guys.
Yeah, look at
The
that curve.
the photo shirt. I mean, that's the touch right there.
Well, I was showing one of my counterparts at work your Tank's video from last year, and I realized I wore the same shirt to the airport.
Okay.
So it's like, yep.
I dropped the link to Carlos's channel, so make sure you're subscribed to Carlos over at Life at Terminal Velocity. And when he has time to edit all this nonsense, then we'll get to see the full high resolution video.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
I want to know if Noel and Joe are going to maybe redo their nuptials at 8,000 feet in the air. That would be cool.
Well,
hear me, guys?
I am an
I'm telling you,
ordained minister,
Yeah.
so we can make this happen.
What was that? We missed it, Noel.
What she
That
said?
was a hard no.
Absolutely not. No.
No,
Absolutely not. All right.
not.
She is not marrying him again. She learned her lesson.
She says she's done.
And
She's going to go to the
Carlos-
Elvis. They'll go to the Elvis chapel instead. Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
you want to tell
Dennis.
everybody what you almost did on this jump?
Dennis, to answer your question, yes.
No,
we can go
no,
above
no.
14.5.
Look. I thought we were going to keep what happens in the air, and what happens in the trailer. Look, man.
Okay.
Where's your fingers? Where's your fingers right now in this picture?
On the toggles.
I've already pulled on the ball at that point. We're good.
Did he
And
at
for
least
those of
take
you
you
that
out
don't
for
know,
dinner?
The ripcord is a golf ball.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So what Steve is talking about is, I have yet to have a cutaway. Knock on wood.
Knock on wood.
And I deployed that parachute. No, actually, I shouldn't say I deployed that parachute. I did not deploy that parachute. Steve deployed that parachute at 8,500 feet or so. And the parachute took its sweet time opening. We were in the saddle at 6,500 feet, I think it was.
Oh my god!
Ooh.
Is that when we
So
say
we
the
had a
word? Is that when we say the
2,000
words?
foot
Oh shit! Is that an oh shit moment?
Oh, I was reaching for the handles. I was like, well, it was bound to happen. It's going to happen today. And I started to reach and it developed. I'm like, okay, back off the handles.
That's when you say. That's when you say, "I love you, man."
What's
That
your
red handle
Well-
right there on his shoulder is the handle.
As I was about to grab the handles, my brain was like, ooh, make him look up and say, hey, watch this trick. This yellow canopy is going to turn orange. Watch this.
I would have passed the hell out.
I was about to say, we'd have probably seen a brown stream all the way back down to the ground from that point.
That's a sleight of hand that Michael cannot do, man. Let me tell you, I can chase a color in a parachute like that.
So what is your Carlos? What is the
All right, hang on.
decision-
Let Noelle's got to go. So
Okay.
say she wants to say hello to everybody.
Wanted to say hey, I enjoyed the week with y'all. Y'all be safe. Shane, I miss you. I love you.
I miss
need to
you
hurry
too.
up and get down.
I promise.
Okay, that's a promise. I'm holding you to it.
Okay. I
Hey,
didn't
bye.
promise
Y'all be
what year
safe.
I was going to be there, but I promised.
Okay.
Okay.
I guess I don't count. In Noel's book. I was like, yeah, well,
See you, Noel.
So my question, Carlos, is what is your decision altitude where you have to make the call to cut away and go to the reserve?
yeah, what's that?
When a tandem
benchmark?
is 3.5.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, I have to have the container open by 5,000 feet. So I initiate opening at 5,500 feet normally, because Steve wanted to play a little bit of radio. I told him to open. I tapped his hand to let him know that he needs to open at about 8,500 feet, so that we have a little bit of extra time to play in the air. And I'm glad I did, because that snivel, if we had that snivel at our normal deployment altitude, I would have definitely been going down to the reserve. I mean, that wouldn't have been a question. The only reason I let the canopy take its time to develop was because I knew we were high.
Yeah. Get a little bit extra built-in time.
If that had been at a normal deployment altitude, I would have been like, see ya, gone.
So and how would that have changed? Is that reserve chute the same size? Does it get a little
Same
western on the landing when you're on the reserve, or?
No, actually, the reserve flight's similar to the main, but is more docile and has a bit more glide. It's intentionally built that way because you just went through a reserve ride, which means you just had a traumatic experience. They make it so that you have a little bit of an easier time, and we would have actually landed in the same place.
Okay, that's good to know.
Interesting. Good news.
But you can see that here at this point in time, we're still about a mile from the landing area. So we had to make tracks back to the landing area.
And the landing area, Shane, you can probably point it out, or Carlos can, is the taxiway just past the hangars on the right.
Okay.
There's a taxiway there, and then there's a section of grass, and that's where we were aiming
Right
for.
here. So this section
Yeah.
of grass right here is what we're aiming for.
And
Now,
that's
mind you,
where
we can
landed.
land anywhere on any of this grass and still be on and be safe.
Right.
And for that matter, other outs are any piece of grass around the airport. That's fine. And even this grass over here is fine. Somebody's backyard is fine. Although, as you're getting into people's backyards, you don't know what's there. So you have to be hyper careful about, landing in somebody's backyard. But
Good point.
in the
Yeah,
event
that's
of an
a good point.
emergency, clear an open area, man.
Mm-hmm.
So, question in the chat, HKMP5S says, "How do you cut away?"
I have two handles. One of them is a cutaway. The other one is deploys the reserve. I pull the cutaway handle, and then immediately follow it by pulling the reserve handle.
And the reserve is the cutaway handle there on your left shoulder that we're looking at?
I'm not
or is
going to
that
get into the
reserve?
details of that because
Okay, that's cool.
WOFOs.
Yeah,
Steve knows what I mean.
absolutely.
Yep.
No, absolutely. That's good to know. That's. I don't think I've ever talked to anybody that does this that's talked about either having to or almost having to do a cutaway. So it's good information. So see?
A lot of skydivers have cutaways. I've been fortunate in that I take meticulous care of my gear, so that helps a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I also, obviously you don't see it in this video, and I think somebody on the ground might have gotten it. I am obsessive about my gear checks.
Mm-hmm.
So before, you're supposed to check your gear before you even put it on, right?
Right.
But I am meticulous about that check. A lot of people just look at it and go, "Yeah, it looks good," and just put it on. No, I step by step cover everything to make sure that everything is good to go. Look, skydiving is an incredibly dangerous sport that we make safer.
Right.
Okay, we make it safe by having gear up to date, by maintaining our gear, by being mindful and aware of what we're doing, and making smart decisions about what we're doing. Right.
Mitigate the risk.
Good point.
Yep.
Exactly. So
point.
risk
The gear
mitigation.
check will be in my video because I've got that on my camera.
So there you go. So
That he
Steve
might
knows.
upload.
I am meticulous about my gear checks because my life depends on it.
Yeah, no kidding.
And it's not just my life, it's also the life of the person in front of me. So I have a duty to make sure that
He
happens.
said duty.
Yep.
Duty.
You know it was coming. Sorry.
He's being very responsible, and you have to talk scroll and duty.
Well, and one thing Carlos
No.
kept saying was he has plans for the evening, and they don't include the hospital or the morgue.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And I'm like,
There you
you
go.
know what?
Good point.
Let's go.
Good
Yep.
point.
Let me get a refill.
All right. So while he's doing that, I took the liberty of experimenting, if you will.
Oh God,
So
I see what it is now.
so maybe we should do this next year for Montesano.
Goes over your antenna to keep it dry. That's
It'll keep the coax dry.
It goes over the muzzle of
So-
the firearm to keep.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute.
So I'm just saying, the logo looks pretty good on the foil wrapper. So just saying.
we haven't done it's funny. We
XL
haven't done
size? Really?
we haven't done
a big
t-shirts,
logo.
aprons. We haven't done t-shirts, mugs, and hats. But I see where this is going. The first thing you used all your time.
Yeah.
I got
Oh.
people who want
I like
t-shirts
that
and
super chat from Vern.
Pop it in there.
Yeah.
Let's see it.
So
I'm hands off at the moment.
Got it.
You gonna read it, or are you just gonna throw it up there
Oh,
for somebody
okay.
else
Well,
to
I
read?
Thought you were gonna go.
Well, you're you're running
yeah.
the show, buddy.
So Vern said, and for me to trust anyone with my bride is next to impossible. Carlos is the only one I would ever trust with the love of my life.
There you go.
and I thank you, Vern, for the trust that you and Renee put in me. I really, really, truly thank you.
And she jumped immediately following me. She was the very next load, right? On the aircraft.
Not the very next, but the one after, right? So we
Yeah.
had one down, and then one up.
Okay.
How many
yeah.
jumps did you get in for the during the whole Huntsville Ham Fest?
5, I think. I did 2 tandems and 3 solos.
Yeah.
That's nothing. I do
so
5
the-
I
the third.
do 10 tandems
so
on
the third-
on an average Saturday. Okay. So-
Okay, so
But
so,
not at a
so the
ham
third
fest.
one was Tank, but the third one was Tank. Oh, you said
No.
Oh, did
no.
Tank go again?
Tank
No, no,
jumped
no.
on the same manifest I was on. He jumped
Oh, but he went with someone
another.
else.
Yep.
Mhm.
He
Yeah.
went with another
So-
instructor.
if you go back to the picture that Steve has for the stream, you will see Tank at the edge of the door because Mike took a really good picture of Tank leaving and us getting ready to leave. So
Shane, you pulling that picture up?
Yep. While y'all are
Since
chit chatting, which
Made the
no one
thumbnail.
wants to do.
Plasma Storm, I think you're missing the boat, bud.
Bringing Molson back in.
When he gives me the thumbs up, I will.
Oh.
Because right now I'm
So-
looking at boogers.
There's your thumbs up.
Okay.
All right. So you have Carlos, me, and that was Jeff. That was his
Yes,
instructor,
and then Tank right in front of him.
Tank's right
On
in
the
front of
same
him.
wall or over here?
on the
Yeah,
same, wall.
Wall. Okay. And what were
Oh,
y'all?
okay,
What were
I
y'all
see.
jumping
Okay.
out of? What type of aircraft was that?
Pack 750.
Pack 750, yeah.
Turbine?
That
I
looks
presume?
Turboprop. Yep.
Yes.
that looks like Tank. Yeah.
So
So there's a question there. 45 says, does Carlos repack his own parachute after each jump or someone else? Most of the time it's someone else, especially in a tandem. Look, if you ever decide to come to the drop zone I work at, you're going to see a typical day means I get in an airplane, I jump with someone, I land, I drop the rig, someone else packs it. Well, before they're even starting to pack it, I've already have another rig in my hands, and I've already put a harness on someone else, and we're back in the plane. Okay.
Oh,
Excuse
that
me, so
fast. That's a fast turnaround. Yeah.
It's
oh, yeah.
it's 20 minutes down from landing to takeoff. So
Oh,
past
wow.
20 minutes.
That's
to get
enough time for a pee break. That's about it.
if you're lucky.
if you're lucky, right? So we keep a pretty high up tempo. We are moving. And yeah, that is a PAC 750 letting skydivers out. The PAC 750, believe it or not, was a purpose-built skydiving airplane. It's the only one in the world that I know of that's purposely built for skydiving.
That's cool.
Wow.
You have to have a lot of trust in your to allow somebody else to pack your gear. You must have a lot of trust in. Is it always the same person that does it for you?
It is always the same team of packers, right? So I don't get to say I want, Molson to pack my gear, right?
You don't want Molson to pack your gear.
The tandems are packed by the clubhouse, right?
Right.
And the
Definitely
clubhouse
don't want
members
that.
are vetted, right? They're verified that they're good packers. They're supervised by a parachute rigger. So, they're excellent at what they do. Clearly, knock on wood, I haven't had a cutaway yet. So, Liberty asks how many jumps a day and how many have you made to date, Carlos? It depends on the day. Let's say a busy Saturday has me doing somewhere between 10 and 20 tandems. Okay. And to date, I actually have my logbook in my car because I need to catch it up. I'm somewhere in the neighborhood of 2,700 jumps.
Holy cow.
Mhm.
Wow.
Have you ever done one of the wingsuit things?
Oh yeah, done. I think I have 30 wingsuit jumps.
Because those look really cool. I mean,
They-
I don't have the stones to do like that where they're falling down a mountain
They're
at like
actually
50 feet
really-
off the mountain.
See, that's base proximity flying, completely different discipline. But wingsuits are not cool. They are very, very hot.
Oh, I can imagine. Yeah.
You're putting a nylon bag that does not
Yep.
breathe around you in a hot summer
Yeah.
day. You dehydrate
Don't do
quick.
it. Don't do it in Texas.
Now, if you remember last
You
year,
feel like a hot.
I'm
You
gonna
feel
get
like
a-
a hot pocket.
Oh, please.
Yes.
Deadpool doesn't complain. Deadpool didn't complain about his suit. I'm like,
what you
Oh,
got,
he
Molson?
was
So guys,
vertical.
I'm gonna have a choppy signal in a minute. So I have a question and I have a comment.
Okay.
The first comment is for the little condom package you're doing. I think our slogan should be "Let Ham Radio Clubhouse help with your," and then in small writing tower, and then back to regular text on erection. Okay, and then the question I have for Carlos is when you're doing tandem, the weight and the velocity, the transfer of the energy, like that's absorbed by the parachute. Have you ever done a comparison? Like, is it the equivalent to like a car, like the shock on the system? Is it like a car hitting a wall? What is it? Because that must be a tremendously strong system.
So what you need to remember is that. Okay, somebody has an echo.
Try it again.
that's more.
Go ahead.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
All
that's
right.
him.
Go ahead,
So what you
Carlos.
need to remember is that the parachute is not a solid system, right? It's not like you're hitting a wall, right? So what happens is you have a parachute that deploys over your head, and you have the tandem pair under it, and any energy that is excess from the opening happens to swing under the parachute and then settles back down. So it happens like a swing for about 3 cycles. And in one of our cycles, if you watch the video later, you're going to see that we whip to one side and whip to the other, and it's just an imbalance in the harness. But that all you're doing is you're swinging like in a playground. First female tandem jumper to make use of. As far as I know, actually, as far as I know, that is a factual statement.
Oh wow! All right then.
I only know of one. Doug Berkey did a tandem with me 2 weeks ago now, and he did Parachute Mobile. Steve did Parachute Mobile. Ham Radio Nomad did a Parachute Mobile with me. And I know of a fella down in Louisiana that did Parachute Mobile from a tandem. But as far as I know, no female has done that before other than Renee. So she very likely holds that record.
Hey, there you
Get
go.
out. Call Guinness. Call Guinness
Right?
Records.
Well, they have to be
that
there
in the
for it.
books.
Kyle needs a please copy condom to hand out at Hamfest.
Uh,
He's giving away all of these marketing ideas.
He He needs the tiny ones.
The finger cuts whenever you cut your finger. You should
finger
use one of
cuts.
those, yeah.
Oh, you guys are
A little
bad.
thumbnail, the little thumbnail ones.
But
Tic Tac size.
We
we
were talking about naked jumps at the campsite.
Whoa! That changed directions quick.
And
Hello.
Steve pointed out that would probably hurt, and I confirmed that it does.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, because what was Steve's suggestion?
No, negative.
Negative. Steve said no.
No.
I said, man, come on, fifth attachment point. Come on, let's get this taken care of.
Is that a thing?
No.
The
Naked
naked
skydiving?
skydiving thing?
Well,
Yeah. Is that a
so
thing?
look up the naked news skydive.
I'm not Googling shit
No.
when it comes to naked and skydiving. You
Yes.
don't have to paint a picture.
Look,
Your
look it up.
100th jump is typically naked, and to
And you've had
Steve's point,
2,700. All right.
to Steve's point, if you go on Google later and on YouTube later, and actually, I think it's in
Venmo or
Vimeo.
Vimeo.
Yeah,
Vimeo.
Vimeo.
No.
So it's a sad thing Molson is not here because he can confirm this. The Canadians have a TV show called The Naked News.
I've seen that. Yeah.
Yes, I
So
see
the
that.
Naked
Yes.
News did a segment skydiving, and my buddy Cliff was the tandem instructor for that segment.
Oh, it was a tandem naked skydive.
Oh yes,
That could get awkward.
The instructor was not naked.
Hi. Oh, I was going to say hi. Nice to meet you.
Mm-hmm.
actually, with her, yes.
You want to go? Hi. You want to go out for dinner first or afterwards?
But Carlos, correct me if I'm wrong, but weren't there stipulations that he was not allowed to be naked?
His wife. He called his wife and said, "Hey, honey, this is what's happening at the drop zone, and I'm the tandem instructor on duty." And his wife said, "Absolutely, positively, you will not be naked."
Yeah.
I hear you. Yes. In all. Yes. Out of respect. She's
Nothing
right.
looks good at 120 mile an hour.
Exactly.
No,
Even
she
Ed,
does.
Ed says naked skydiving, an interesting way to get bruises and black eyes. See? I get it.
Objects in the mirror appear smaller.
Objects in the mirror are getting larger.
Swollen, bruised.
Oh, too funny.
Yeah, because the landing.
No, let's not.
No. The landing's
Steve's
easy.
already got battle wounds from the landing. I can only imagine because he was
That's what I'm saying.
body
If you-
surfing,
if-
letting Carlos body surf him down the.
If you're naked and you're going to land,
That's what happens when you toe pick,
Yeah.
right?
surfing.
That's right.
If anyone's ever seen that movie, if you've seen that movie, put it in the chat.
But yeah.
You want to show off your battle scar?
Zero Steve H.O.
Oh,
says,
yeah.
I was
right
in the
there.
pool.
Yep.
So
Good job, buddy.
as we were landing, because as a tandem you slide in, it's not this graceful, touchdown and just walk away and everything's golden. You slide in. Well, we were on our right side, and I guess I found a divot or something with my foot, and we rolled and never finished the roll somehow.
Well, MRD says, Point Break, Utah, give me 2.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Plasma had it right. The cutting edge.
Yeah.
That's where
Scout.
that came from.
That's not the cord. Stop pulling.
You're not going to get a parachute out of that.
Now that goes on the QSL card.
Why is this parachute not going?
Right? Pull harder.
Pull harder. Do it again and again and again.
I mean, I'm glad we're at the hour and 25 mark, so
Yeah.
we can get by with some of this
Clubhouse
nonsense.
after dark.
Yeah, the Clubhouse Noir. I think it happens usually about 7:00 Central Time.
Mm-hmm. But if you have even the slightest inclination that you might want to do a tandem, get with Carlos and go,
Do it.
It is
Carlos, where do you work out of?
euphoric.
Are you out of Illinois normally during jump season?
Yeah, I work
Okay.
in Chicagoland Skydiving Center in Rochelle, Illinois.
I was about to say, give out some props here.
So,
I mean, if y'all
look,
want to
I
go up
love
there and
CSD.
do it.
Look, if you want to have any idea why I pass up 5 or 6 other drop zones to go 4 hours and go to where I go, not to pimp somebody else's Discord, but I put it on Toad's Discord. The owner of the drop zone posted on our private jumpers Facebook group today that our primary airplane is in North Carolina getting some TLC. And most drop zones will pencil whip that stuff. Most drop zones will get it done locally, and yeah, sure, it got done, and the AMP will say, yeah, it's good enough, right? He flew our primary airplane to North Carolina for non-destructive testing that is required, okay? It's required, so he's supposed to do it. He's required to do it, but a lot of places just pencil whip that stuff. In order to have the non-destructive testing done in a facility that can accommodate it, right? And it means that we don't have that airplane for the week. So our backup airplane is doing the job during the weekdays until it comes back on Friday. But it also means that he's also incurring several $1,000s in expense for doing something that I know for a fact can be pencil whipped by AMP some other place, okay? Because I've seen it done.
No, good night.
And he takes the expense, not because he wants the expense, because I guarantee you nobody does, right? Several $1,000s worth of maintenance and checks. But he does it because he wants to provide the very best setup for us, okay? So, yeah, there are drop zones that are closer to me. There are drop zones that are far closer to my home and less driving miles for me. A lot less stress because I wouldn't have to drive through the pit of hell that is Chicago.
But
if anybody's in the chat or watching that's from Chicago and you disagree with me, I don't care.
Exactly.
But you're also forgetting his expense in bringing the airplane down here to the Carolinas.
Exactly.
Yeah,
You're talking about a ferry fee that's a couple $1,000 on fuel alone. Never mind the pilot and and the hours, because the hours count against the engine no matter where you fly them, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's a non-paid for flight.
Exactly. That's a very much unpaid for flight, and there is expense involved with it that he doesn't get to recoup, right? He recoups it by having a fantastic safety record and having more people come to the drop zone from it, right? Todd asked, can I do a lot of free fly? Excuse me. No, I suck at free flying. Look, you want to put me on my belly? I belly fly all day long. I'll shoot some formations on belly.
Carlos, what does that mean? Carlos, for those
so there are different.
What does that mean?
So there are different disciplines in skydiving, right? So, for example, what you normally see on TV, let's take a break on the movie, is belly flying. Your belly's to the earth, right? The tandem that Steve and I did, belly flying, belly to the earth. Free flying is flying on your head or on your butt, right? So you sit or you go head down, either one. And can I sit? Yes, terribly. Can I go head down? Yes, terribly. The majority of my jumps have been instructional, so I don't take the time to learn how to do the other disciplines. I've done a discipline called crew, which is canopy relative work, where you're doing formations under parachute. You deploy right away, and I've done wingsuiting. I've done some free flying, but it's not my main focus. My main focus is belly work, which is teaching people how to skydive doing AFF, or getting people started in this sport doing tandems. So yeah, can I free fly? Yes. Can I free fly well? No, absolutely not. I suck.
Look at that crew, man.
Look at that. Look at that. That's
crew.
901 Sierra Tango. Where'd you get the picture at?
I can't divulge my sources.
I dropped the link to the center in the chat.
Oh, okay.
That's not where I got it, but that's. But I'm on the CSC website.
Okay. The thing is, they posted that on the Fun Jumpers group, which is private. And I'm thinking, I haven't seen that outside of the Fun Jumpers group, so obviously they have.
Hey, Carlos, let me just point out for those of you, for anybody out there in the chat, if you have the app where you can follow airplanes on the tag on the tail, you put that tail in there, and you could see. And I have done that sitting at my house when I've trying to work Carlos when he's done his 2 meters, when he's done his 20 meters, and it's fun to see that the plane, and then you're listening. I remember one time we were through Discord, he's getting ready to jump and this and that. It was really fun. And then also you start hearing Carlos. And for a guy like me in Connecticut to hear Carlos on 2 meters, even if it's for just like 30 seconds, it's the coolest thing. It is just, it's so cool. Yeah, there's a lot of people calling him. You may get lucky, but hey, maybe you get him next time.
I found a picture in here, and in this picture will let you know that the CSC Chicago Skydive Company, right?
Center, Chicagoland Skydiving Center.
Chicago, they are
They fit
Ham
in with
Radio
the Clubhouse.
Clubhouse approved. So we, I can't think of a better
I
group.
knew which one you were going for right away.
That was at our Christmas party. That was the elephant gift exchange. Hey Todd, when did you go through AFF at CSC? Do we know each other? Are you one of my old students or not? I don't remember. There's been a lot, so I don't remember all of them. Okay.
When I see that picture, I'm like, is that where you hang your hat?
Exactly. Exactly.
And
looks like you guys have a lot of fun. That's good.
Yeah. Last year,
absolutely.
when Frank jumped,
if you're not having fun skydiving, you're doing it wrong.
Exactly.
On Frank's jump last year, one of the guys flying a wingsuit was also a ham.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yep.
He was there this year.
Cool.
Was he?
Yeah.
I didn't see him this
David.
year. Okay.
Yeah, he was there Friday, and he was doing tandem video.
Okay. So,
Joe Brett, are you going to do that next year? Maybe.
I don't know.
come on.
I mean, Renee did it.
I'm not against it, but I'm
There
not
you go.
for it.
Yeah. You can do some little parachute mobile action.
If I happen to show up in the air and that's my only way down, whatever.
I hear you, Joe Brett.
Oh, see now, Ham Radio Dude says, "Yep, got to do it."
Dude, sit up there.
Everybody that's not doing it is going to say, do it.
Of course.
Okay, I'm saying do it.
Dude said he would come back to Huntsville to live stream it, so you can document it.
I want to know what they do with the hula hoop.
Where's the hula hoop at?
We fly through it.
So as it's falling, you go faster than it?
No, what you do is you have
someone holding it.
You have two people holding it, one on either side, and then you fly through it.
But
that's cool.
What do they do with it when they're landing?
Drop it.
So whomever has it on their left hand, so the one on the far side of the picture is the one that has it on the left. That person's in charge of keeping it, so they're able to deploy with their right hand, and then they fly everything with the hula in their hand. And as you're on final, you just drop it. It lands in the same landing area as you are, and you just go back and pick it up.
That way it doesn't end up in somebody's backyard.
Exactly. And besides, that hula is made out of PEX.
Mm-hmm.
So that hula hoop is made out of PEX, and it keeps it light so that should it get away, it's just a piece of PEX, right? It's not very heavy. It won't go very fast.
For Joe Brett, for everybody who has been egging you on, how many bottles of Tin Cup waiting on the ground for you after you skydive? How many bottles would it take? A serious question.
I'm not touching that stuff again, dude.
I'm just saying, if everybody contributed one bottle, you can have 100 bottles, maybe. No, seriously, is there a number in your head
there's always enough at Huntsville already on the ground. Whether you
That's
go
very
there or
true.
not.
That is very true.
Yes,
Very, very true.
I could
Steve,
not
is that true,
for
Steve?
that.
Steve, is that true, Steve?
That is very true. TC Fitz, thanks for the super chat.
Steve Fitz, thank you, brother.
Oh, did I break something? I think I did.
That is very true. There was
There we go.
a good bit of alcohol consumed by all of
Besides
us.
the
Before we get into that, Carlos, I wanted to show you this,
Yeah, show me.
and tell me if this might be of interest. Nope, Shane, you got
I
to open
am
the other
in.
window.
I am in. You tell me when, and I am showing up and doing that off your balloon. All you have to do is tell me when.
Will you
I mean,
really
how
do that?
cool
You
is-
serious?
How cool is that?
Absolutely. Who are you kidding?
Okay.
Shane, you tell me when, and I will go wherever I need to go when we're doing this.
All right, but Shane, how high can? But Shane, you got to get that balloon up, like 10, 12, right?
I can go to
Oh, God,
10,000 all day long.
I mean,
So
all
my
I
question-
legitimately need, like legally, is 2,500 feet. I prefer 4,000. Okay,
Right.
but I will do that. You tell me when, I am doing.
That would be a lot of fun.
Damn! Oh
So
my
tell me,
God.
te-
we just
how-
raised the bar. We raised the bar here.
how does the people get on top of the freaking balloon?
Thank
So,
you. That's gonna be my
so
next
at the
guess.
top of the balloon, there's a crown ring,
Yeah.
and there is a rope ladder that is attached to that crown ring.
On the
And
inside?
no, on the outside.
So that'd be a fight.
outside.
So
He's
you
gotta
have to
climb it.
climb up that ladder to get to the top. You can sit on the top once you're up there. You don't want to sit on the parachute piece of it that's in the middle. You don't
Yeah.
want to sit on that, but you can sit on the outskirts of that parachute top, and then you can sit up there all day long. There's been people that I'm going to bring the video up in a minute. There's been someone playing the drums on the top of a balloon before, because there's
Joe
a lot
Brett,
of force up there.
Joe
So,
Brett,
man,
I'm not going to ask you how many tin cups will you take to do that. I'm not even going to go there. We won't even ask that question.
But yeah, so they start. Everyone starts off in the basket, and then when it comes time, they just drop the ladder, or they'll. Usually, there's a line that goes up with a quick release, and they just pull it, and then the ladder will unroll, and then it will come down to the basket, and you can reach out and grab it and climb up the ladder to go on top of the.
But what
of the balloon.
happens when you're on top of the balloon and you get a klutz like me who now trips? Doesn't that?
Well, you
screw
have a
every-
you have a parachute on, so if you screw up, worst case scenario is you jump a little early. Because they're not going to let you climb out there until they're at a safe altitude. Like we wouldn't
Okay,
let someone
okay, true. Okay,
jump
I get it.
at,
Right.
at 100 feet off the ground. I wouldn't pull the ladder and say, "Hey, jump out there and start climbing." I would wait until I
I'll
got
be
to a
dipped.
safe altitude. I know I'll be dipped.
I'll be there. Ain't that something?
All right.
Right, right.
I'd be afraid I'd climb up the side of it and the balloon starts either, going to the side or just completely collapses. And then I'm the only one with the parachute watching y'all trying to fix the balloon.
So think about it. That balloon's lifting
Yeah, I get it.
13,000 pounds.
I get it,
It
but
takes a
everything-
lot to
Everything
collapse
has
that.
its breaking points.
Sure, absolutely. I'm trying to see.
Burn 673, brother. Thank you for coming on tonight.
Good night, Vern.
See you, Vern.
Because I know how I am in the bouncy houses. I can't, I could do a bounce house.
Bouncy house.
Seriously, I could do the bounce house, but that thing is on the ground. I could do a trampoline. Even this old man like me, I'll go on a bounce house. I'll go on the trampoline. I'm not gonna do flips, but to get up there at 8,000 feet on the balloon,
Yeah, I'm going to go.
I'll
I'm
video-
going to say tandems is
God bless you.
out of the question for going off the top of the balloon. 'Cause
Oh yeah, no, that's
only
yeah.
one person
No,
can
that'd
climb the
be-
ladder.
That'd be dangerous.
Not a good idea.
Misha says,
guys
no
are
women in
making,
heels.
Mike is making a good point there. You get on top of that balloon and you call CQ. That'd be some, that'd be very cool.
That would
That'd
be
be a very
cool.
comfortable
Yeah.
way to do hot air balloon mobile.
Boda, balloons on the air.
Balloons on the air. Yeah.
Yeah, and Misha's got a point. No high heels, no heels, ladies. No.
Yeah, yeah. Although, let me see if I can find it.
Just wear your
There
Crocs.
is
That's all you gotta
a wear your Crocs. Hold on. I'm not going to share this whole thing because I know y'all don't want to watch.
If
this whole
Joe
thing.
Brett does it, I'll go buy a pair of Crocs and I'll wear them and I'll videotape it.
I won't.
I wore my Crocs all weekend, babe.
Joe
That's
Brett's
funny.
still recovering
I
from the
know.
weekend.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
let me tell
scrolling
you,
through
I saw
dude.
a
this.
bunch of pictures
I was
of all you guys.
I was fine all week, right? We went to bed at decent times. I was good all day. I get to work today, and I'm just like, I'm done.
Caught up with
Dragging
you.
ass.
It caught up with you, didn't it?
Yeah,
It does
did.
catch.
I considered leaving work early and coming home and just going to bed, and then I was like, well, got 7 o'clock coming up.
I saw Dennis's picture on Twitter with all you guys and a few other pictures. You guys were all just relaxing, your shorts, your shirts, your famous, everyone had their favorite shirt on. And there were between sandals and Crocs and everyone. I'm like, you guys are rocking it.
Up until Sunday night, Monday, you couldn't ask for better temperatures. Man, sitting around the camp at night, and it was a pretty steady breeze. It was just like a gentle piece of air conditioner, just keeping you cool. It was great.
I'm scrolling through this photo album, and I see this signature that I recognize on a lot of these pictures. Who's this life at terminal velocity guy?
Who's that guy?
Who is that guy? That's the photographer. That's Dan, and the sitting next to him is the owner. No, that's Dave. That's the other pilot's Dave. There you go.
Dude, there's dents. There's dents in the side of that plane. That's why I'm not getting in it. Look at that thing. There's dents.
Chicken shit.
There's dents.
Those aren't dents.
What do you call it then?
No, it's a shadow.
Okay. Earl Scheib wants to fix that thing.
I cannot find the video that I'm looking for. I'm sorry.
Better
guys.
go get Mako.
A little bit of Bondo. It's fine. It's fine.
That's right. A little Bondo is all you need. A little Flex Seal. We're good to go.
A little Flex Seal. Just slap it on.
Hey, that's what I used this week and got some water in the basement. Got some Flex Seal going. We'll see.
I can't say I haven't used it. I had my what do you call it? My well pump feed line had a leak in it 2 years ago, I think it was, and I had to fix it that way. And before I dug up the yard and fixed it, so it works.
I've heard of guys going across country, pop a radiator hose. There you go. We used to use duct tape. They said no, use the Flex Seal.
Carlos, what's your typical aircraft?
Can't get to the other parts.
Typical is a Cessna Grand Caravan. That's what that's
N901. I love those
Sierra
airplanes. Yeah.
N9 Sierra Tango is a Grand Caravan that has the Texas conversions. No, it has somebody's conversion that does 900 horsepower out of it.
Jeez.
Misha, no, I have not. It is on my list of things to do. If you know someone with a 727, you let me know, and we can make this happen.
That would be very iconic, wouldn't it?
That'd be
There's only
727
one
JT.
727 in use for skydiving. It's down to Skydive Arizona and Eloy, and they fly it maybe once a year to do that. So, and those tickets are expensive. There's a DC-10 at Skydive Paris that is airworthy and finally fixed, but they can't find a pilot that is current on it.
Ooh, ouch.
That's the problem, right? You have this airplane that's iconic. You can do a tail jump out of, and you can't find a pilot that's up to date on it, so they can't fly it.
But I see a picture of a twin in here too. What's that one?
We used to have a Twin Otter.
Okay.
N901 Sierra Tango used to be a Twin Otter. And Doug sold that in 2017, I think it was, or 2018. And bought another Caravan with it. Look, skydiving is expensive, okay? And running a Twin Otter is comfortable, but you have double the burn rate, right?
Oh, yeah.
It gets a lot more expensive, and if you're trying to make a living out of this, which Doug is, that eats into the profits in a hurry, right?
Oh, right. No doubt.
And we know PM and safety's first is safety job one. So there you go.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, safety's job number one. It's, I mean, we joke around and whatnot, but ultimately, safety is number one. Because I told Steve this weekend, I have plans for tonight. They don't include the morgue. They don't include the hospital. I'm going to get in a plane that's safe.
That's right.
I'm going to put on a parachute that's safe.
Oh wow, your backup aircraft used to be Buffett's personal bird.
Yep. The Whale is our backup, and that used to be Jimmy Buffet's plane that he used to go whale watching with. Average cost for a tandem jump, I think it sits somewhere around there, $300 mark.
Mm-hmm.
The fact is that I don't know for a fact because I know what I get paid. I don't keep up with what it costs you. I keep up with what it's paying me.
Yep. So.
But yeah, our backup airplane is a Cessna Caravan. Same as a Grand Caravan, just shorter. There's a short version of it, the original version of it. 600 horsepower engine. It chooches along. I like Jade better because it goes faster.
Right.
Got
a better climb rate.
Jade takes 12 minutes to get me to 14,000 feet. The Whale takes 16, 17 minutes to get me to 12,000 feet.
And you can also put more jumpers in, Jade.
Yes, we can put, I want to say
19.
There you go. We can 19 in Jade. I don't want to say 14.
Steve.
Yep.
Steve knows his specifications.
Yes, he does.
He's reading something off the internet.
He knows. He went to the Google on that one, didn't he?
Yeah,
nope,
exactly.
Nope, I did not have to go to Google on it.
No, Steve knows.
Steve
knows
the
this
Chicagoland Skydive's website.
There you go.
He just counted how many heads in the picture. He went 19.
Carlos, here's a better idea.
Because that's sort of like a carnival ride, I think.
Baby steps.
Baby
He's got to do that. He's just got to jump first. We'll worry about the swing later. I thought that'd be kind of cool for you guys to see.
That would be. That is very cool, James.
Yeah.
Nice find.
God, we only have 10 minutes left.
10 minutes left.
Man, how time flies when you're having fun.
I want to go back to a little bit. We was talking about the parachuting Jesus and stuff. And somebody in the chat, I think it was Mike in 8YO, said he just always calls him the Mexican jumping bean. I mentioned that. I mentioned that in the car. Well, I think it was me and Noel and it was Tio and his wife. We were going to get something to eat or something, and I referenced the Mexican jumping bean, and I thought my wife was about to slap me. She's like, I can't believe you said that. And T.O.'s laughing. She's like, no, it's the name of his company.
It's it even my LLC, man?
Yeah.
So she about got me.
Did you send some coffee back with Jason? Of course not.
Nope. Didn't
one
have
of these
any
days,
back, man.
One of these days, I will be in the same place as Carlos so I can get coffee.
Hey, Shane.
You can always order coffee from me, man. I'll ship it to you.
Imagine. Where can I buy it at? Where can I buy it at?
Carlos hand pressed it for me. It was great.
Shane.
Just send me a message. It's $18. I'll send it. I don't know how much shipping is, but $18 a pound. I'll send you a pound.
I'd love to have a pound of it.
Shane.
Yes.
Southwest flies into Charleston.
Mm-hmm.
I
You have coffee?
I have coffee.
Okay, so all I have to do is fly over there, and then we could put it in my carry-on, and I can fly back.
And we could do cigars too.
Yep.
I have a cup of coffee for you.
There you
Carlos fixed me that cup of coffee early in the weekend, and for the rest of the weekend, I just got up in the mornings and looked at that coffee pot that was included in the cabin. I was like, nope.
You should have just come over to the RV. I would have made you another
right.
Yeah.
So my manager.
It ain't why you did every morning.
So my manager in my new department is like, he's a coffee. I don't want to call him a coffee snob. He's not a coffee snob, but he's to the point where he will weigh the beans, and then he will grind them, and then he will create this thing, and then he will put this device on the scale, and he will only pour so much water in it.
Yeah.
Till it reaches a certain weight, and then that's it.
He's definitely a coffee snob.
and then
That's-
he will pour
no,
that. That is the best. It's a lot of work. He has it set. He has the setup at his desk. So like,
Dude,
there's
that's
this
called physics. That's
insane grinder, this insane coffee or water kettle heater thing, a water heater, and then this scale. And it looks like he's doing he's cutting lines over there and filling baggies with it. But but he's just everyone says whenever they walk by first thing in the morning, everyone will look up over their cube whenever that grinder goes off, and everyone will stand up and wait because we just want to smell it. It smells so good.
Oh,
Have
So-
you ever ripped
I-
one just so you guys can smell it?
I want to take him some of your coffee beans and say, okay, I want you to do the same process with these beans and tell me how much more you enjoy this coffee.
So ham radio tectonics, temperature's not key, but it is important.
Right.
Temperature's one part of the
Right.
equation, dude.
Yeah.
I grew up in a coffee farm. I know more about coffee than I want to know. Legitimately. I know more about coffee than I want to know. And temperature is just one variable in a very, very intricate,
Very
mix.
complex process.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, Shane, just
Well, that's one.
send me a message. Like
I'm
I
good
said,
on
it's
Cure
18
Set.
bucks. It's $18 for it's $18 for a pound. I don't know how much shipping is. I'd have to look that up, but I'll sell you a pound.
You let me know. I'll PayPal you, buddy. I will take
There
care
you
of
go.
it.
Hey, Carlos, is there a website or anything we can look at?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
Okay.
I'm in the process of trying to take this on my own. Right now, I'm a member of a co-op.
Gotcha,
So the co-op handles everything for me, and I'm trying to get away from the co-op. So that's in the process. One of these days, it'll happen, just not today.
Right.
So, Carlos, you and I talked about possibilities of things to come in the future this weekend.
No Kopi Luwak. Sorry.
Oh, no. No,
South Carolina.
not coffee out of
What were you saying,
monkey
Steve?
shit.
You and I talked about things to come in the future.
Yeah.
You know, possible out of Indiana if you want to go that far.
Yes.
Chester, South Carolina is where you need to move to.
Is there a cheetah there?
No, but I think you know a guy by the name of
There's
Dave
a cougar,
Smith.
I'm sure.
Are we talking about dating sites?
No, drop
You
zone.
got Izzo all perked up now. He's finna go
right?
to Indiana.
He's like, I
Well,
want to
what's
swipe.
the name
I
of the
want to
person?
swipe right.
I want to say it was Dave Smith.
Dave Smith. I doesn't ring any bells, but
Hang on. Let me see. I was looking.
I'm in a hotel, so the Wi-Fi kind of sucks here, and I can't look that up right
We're
now.
used to Daniel's Wi-Fi, so you're good.
Sorry,
You're
Danny
good, man.
Smith. You know Danny?
Doesn't ring a bell.
Okay. He owns the drop zone at Skydive Carolina.
Skydive Carolina, the one I know is in North Carolina. And
Maybe he
his,
moved.
Yeah, there's two Carolinas. There's two Carolinas, one
I
to the
don't-
north and one to the south.
and the
There's
fella
two.
that I know is not Dave. He's Puerto Rican. He owns the Skydive North Carolina, Skydive Carolina, North Carolina.
Okay.
Dave's not here, man. Dave's not here, man.
Thank you, dude. That's
So,
great.
Jeff has a good point. There's no income taxes in Tennessee or Texas. There's no state income tax, so just say it.
Skydive Central North Carolina or Skydive Coastal Carolina?
No, it's just Skydive Carolina.
That's the one in Chester South. So,
Steve
We have
knows.
4 minutes to
Steve
go.
knows.
but
Should we start going around the horn?
We better.
yeah,
I suppose it is, but you know what?
Start
I
putting
can
a bow
tell
on
you
it?
that the owner is not whomever you think it is anymore. The owner
Okay.
is Puerto Rican.
they just haven't updated their website.
There you go.
Is his
I
name
guess
Carlos?
so.
Very good, Joe.
Hey,
Maybe they left it unupdated on purpose. It's better that way.
Right? Steve, do you want to start with us? We'll start heading around the horn and putting a bow on this thing.
yep. So I have all of the video now from the jump. I am getting in the process of editing that. I'm going to release it before Clubhouse next week. So
That's a bold
Scout,
statement.
Mike, I'm calling my time slot now.
Okay.
Wow. Ballsy.
Yeah.
Holy wow!
You
Look
got a bit
at
to get to
that.
editing, son.
You heard it first.
Yep.
On the Clubhouse.
So, but yeah, that's other than that, I'll be here Tuesday nights. I am now assistant section manager for South Carolina.
Hey.
And I did get voted in as club president last night. So,
hi-oh.
Congratulations. Is that a congratulations or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations.
Just
I was
make
the only
sure-
one running, but
All right, Steve.
You won by default.
You won by default, and you make sure all this stuff does not happen on Tuesday nights.
That's
I
right.
think Joe was discussing that.
Yes.
That is
That-
a contingency
that
you
club
will
stuff,
do it.
that club stuff is Monday nights, and then testing is Wednesday night.
There you go.
Yeah, and it's only
Even
one
better.
Wednesday night a month.
It's
So,
the motorcycle club we have to worry
the
about.
motorcycle club is the one that causes me problems, but
Mm.
I think that one's probably going away.
All right.
Keeping the bike, but I think the club's done.
Perfect.
So
Carlos, my friend, what you got coming up, buddy?
I was actually going to try to premiere a video before this started today. I'll probably
Taking
premiere
lessons
it
from
later in the week.
lessons from Steve, right?
I have one. I have one ready. I just haven't scheduled it.
We're here every Tuesday, so
So maybe I'll schedule it for the before Clubhouse on next Tuesday. How about that?
reach out to Scout 75. I think they're coordinating. They're doing a Tuesday night ham radio list.
Him and
before.
Mike and
Yeah.
a couple other guys. I know Mike releases on Tuesday nights as well. Look, let me do something atypical. Forget about me. Go check out Mike's channel, N2MAK. He's putting out some great content.
Yep.
He is.
And if you're bored after that, then go check me out. But for like,
Or if you
go
want to
get
see
that guy a
Steve falling
sub.
out of an airplane.
He's got some really, really great content. He's doing some really great stuff. So give him a check out. Give him a sub.
He's also on social media, guys. He's on Twitter. He's on Instagram. Really fun stuff this guy is doing.
Yeah,
And
Mike is really
he's another
putting
cool
some good
ambassador.
stuff together.
He really is.
So there you go. That's all I got.
All right. Izzo, buddy, over to you.
I'll have to save the crab apple story for another show.
Oh, we missed it.
That's okay. That's okay because it kind of.
Save coffee and ham radio.
Listen. If you thought the condom thing kind of went sideways, this one definitely. The Apple stories definitely do a weeble and a wobble. Trust me.
Gotcha.
Hey, listen. On a personal note, we're bringing Maggie up to college on Friday. I want to thank everybody. Listen, guys, it's been a rough year and a half and we're all doing very, very well because of a lot of love and support and everything. And it's amazing watching my kids, progress to their next level. So Maggie knows. Right now, my house right now looks like the emergency management warehouse staging area. The DNA this girl got, we know where she got it from. But we're wishing her some fun, happy times now as she begins her next phase of life. My son starts high school his junior year the following week. I got the weekend off, so it's fair season here in Connecticut is kicked off. I think we're gonna go maybe check out a fair this weekend. I want to play some radio. So I got the grass done tonight, so there's no excuse of any dues. Of work dues or house dues I got to do around the yard. Let's go play some radio, have some fun, hang out with some great people, and that's what I got to do. And I want to give a quick plug, guys.
There's nothing quick with you, Izzo.
Very, very quick.
Okay.
James Hannibal from Quirky QRP is scheduled to be here next week.
Looking forward to having
Tuesday.
James.
That's right. It was 75, 76. Go knock on your neighbors' doors and tell them. Make sure they're watching next week. This guy has been putting out some great merchandise. He's playing radio. He's got some good idea, fun stuff. He may surprise us with some stuff that we don't even know. So who knows? And so be here next week.
Didn't he drop us a discount link?
Yes, he did. And I screwed it up, and we retweeted it. My bad. But please, guys, go to our Twitter account, and you'll see
Quirky Clubhouse.
Quirky Clubhouse at checkout, and you get a few % off or whatever. Support the man. He's another good ambassador in this hobby. And Carlos, thank you for coming on tonight, Matt.
Yeah,
Glad to
Carlos,
do
thanks
so.
for being here, buddy.
Glad to
Joe
do so.
Brett.
Man, I'm just sitting here looking over at this folder on my other screen. I've got showing 478 pieces of media to try to make a video out of. So I'm going to try to make a couple different videos from my Huntsville experience. And that'll be the next thing I focus on because, you know, next week nobody will care about it. So, and we just going to keep doing what Joe Brett does. Sitting here like this.
Keeping on.
Yeah.
I was trying to pull up the so it's free shipping for Quirky Clubhouse. It's free shipping on orders $35 and up, and you get $5 off on orders $49 and up. So there you go. So get some free shipping. Support a ham that's got an Etsy shop over there. I believe.
He's got some really cool T-shirts.
Yep, that's new. I believe Steve will drop the link over there if you got that.
Yeah,
But,
Maybe
Quirky
who knows?
Clubhouse.
Maybe the man will add some condoms to that. Who the heck knows, man? But he's doing some really cool stuff.
Anyway, sorry, Joe Brett. Sorry to cut you off there.
Oh, I was done, man. I was waiting for you
all
to
right.
cut me off.
Come on,
Just
Shane,
like the
put
tin
the
cup.
I'll put the bow on it. All right.
That's
So
right.
first
Put
off,
the
we want to
bow
thank
on
our
it.
channel members. We want to thank everybody that's in green, that's in chat. Thank you for being a channel supporter. I want to shout out to Evan, Vern6, David, KY4GM, TC Fitz. Thank you guys all for the super chats tonight. And Plasma, Chris, Radio and Life, K0H O'Brien, and Roger McKeon. Thank you guys for the eighth month and 4 month and 6 month support. We appreciate you guys being here. We couldn't do this, the giveaways and stuff without the support of you folks. If you want to join you can join the channel. 99 cents a month, I think, is the lowest that YouTube would let us do that. Everything gets put back into the channel. We come up with stuff to give up with you guys. So thank you so much. I want to brag on myself because Joe Brett said that the giveaway that I did last week that I probably wouldn't ship for a month, that has already been shipped, and it should be in the hands of the winner on Thursday.
He's growing up. Got him a new big boy position. He's starting to mail things out.
I'm a big
That work
big
from
boy
home
Things
now.
out on time.
And we got the link out today early.
I got the link out early. I'm telling you, I'm turning over a new leaf.
Look at you,
Is
man.
that what we're
It's all
saying?
about that. It's all about that stand-up desk.
Exactly.
See,
See? And I'm sitting down tonight. I'm not standing. I've been standing up all day. But thank you guys for being here. There was 100 and something folks tonight. We appreciate it. Thanks to the guys over in the dumpster fire, Derek, Evan, Sam, and William. Thank you guys for holding down the fort. If you'd like to join the dumpster fire, they're over on our Discord. There's a link to the Discord. It's going to be in the bottom of here. So after you hit the like and the follow button, just go a little bit further down. You'll see the Discord. And come say hi. We have a really good group over there. It's a virtual ham club. If you got questions about ham radio, want to even know what ham radio is, because I saw my friend Dom from Twitch was over there. So thank you guys. Appreciate it. If y'all have anything else, pipe in now. If not, we'll do the awkward wave and get the hell out of here.
Bye.
See ya.
Later.
Bye-bye now.
Screw it up. It won't do it.
What did you do? What?
What
Damn it,
did
it's
you
so
do,
stale.
Shane?
My damn button.
I can't
After
believe you.
all these shows, man, that's a mistake you make on the first show.
Rookie
Big
mistake.
deal.
Good night, everybody.
This is why I work at Walmart. Get